Hey guys, welcome to this part of the tutorial series of the JavaScript tutorial series. Of course, we are using Bootstrap because it's easier to show you guys simple things and it's more exciting when I show you guys like little colorful buttons that move around and animates. It's a lot more fun to learn CSS and JavaScript and Bootstrap. So that's why I'm doing this. It's like a very comprehensive course so that you can get a good idea of how programming languages work or interact with each other. So in this part of the tutorial, in our last part of the tutorial, we completed the whole framework of all the components of this tutorial series. So in this tutorial, we're going to begin animating a few of the things using JavaScript. And in this part, we're going to focus on the friends button right here. So basically what we're going to do is we're going to animate it so that it grows bigger and smaller. And the metaphor of your friends growing bigger and smaller is that it always fluctuates. It's never the same. You can have, my opinion is that you can only know a few people well, or you can know a lot of people a little bit less well. So, and popularity is defined by having a lot of people that knows you and have a lot of good emotions by you. And being popular doesn't necessarily equal to having a lot of friends, because to have a lot of friends, you still have to communicate to your people. People who love you because you're popular are not your friends; they're your fan base. So it's good to have a fan base, but I'm not trying to talk anyone into becoming a celebrity. If that's your goal, that's fine. This is probably not the video you're wanting to watch. Then I'm sure there are other things you can do to get famous, but guys, I love joking around. It's good to have friends. That's my point. It's like, it's life simple. Have friends, have fun, enjoy life, and live long, and have family. So I'm going to animate this button so it grows bigger and smaller. So there's always friends, and whenever you want, you just have to work hard to get a few friends, and that's basically how life operates, in my opinion. And friends can help you get business ideas too, because you gotta talk with people to get business ideas. Business is not something you do alone. Business is something you do with people. So friends, that's why friends is here. And I have the phone sign because I should technically have an internet sign, but friend sign, just phone, like people associate a phone icon with business better. That's why I use the phone icon. It's a little hard to show the internet inside a little icon like that. So that's why I have the phone, because like a lot of people do business over the phone, right? So I'm not getting into the too nitty gritty of this. I'm just telling you what it is. So all right, so let's create this button. All right, so let's create a friends button. We already created a friends button. Let's make it animate. All right, so to do that, we have to go to our script tag, and we're going to say set interval change friend button size, and we're going to set it to 800 milliseconds. Now we can do it to how many ever seconds you want. I'm just going to do it to 800 because I have each of the button size changing at slightly different rates, so it looks a little bit nicer because it looks a little more random. I think if you randomize certain things, I think you earn more money, because people love having a little bit of variety and choice. If everything is too robotic, it looks a little bit too inhumane, and you have to have a human aspect to sell to humans. So that's why I'm doing that. So you always got to think business wise. Nothing is cut and dry. Even if you learn CSS from someone that's really cut and dry, you yourself have to apply it towards your website in a way that's creative, that makes your website more friendly. Because if you don't, your website's it's gonna be boring or not, or intimidating, or a little turn off. So you gotta make something likable. All right. So I'm gonna create this function, and we're gonna have a variable called let up down, and we're gonna set it to we can set it to null, but I'm just gonna set it to blank with quotation marks. It's really up to you how you want to set it up. Actually, better yet, because it's null, I can just go like this. So that's another way to do it. And because it's outside, it's set globally, and you can change this inside the function we're about to create. So I'm going to then create a function called, and there is quite a bit of typing in this tutorial. There's a lot of if else statements. So I'm just giving you a heads up. I did say this is a beginner's tutorial, and in my opinion, it is a beginner's tutorial, slightly on the intermediate range, but it's still considered, I think it can qualify as a beginner tutorial. There is a lot of typing in this, a lot to write. So just think of it as good practice and follow along with the code. And if it's too much typing, you can always refer to the GitHub source code that I'm uploading to my GitHub account. You can download the source code from there anytime you want. So anytime you're feeling like you're overwhelmed and it's too much typing, make sure to go to my GitHub account, download the source code, and then have both files open while you're following me along. And I think it'll make your life a lot easier and making coding a lot more fun. All right, guys. So I'm going to say change friend button size, and I'm going to say let friends button equals, I should do that singular. So friend button equals document get element by ID, and let's see, where was our friends button? Friends here. So we have to give this an ID of friends. All right, so I'm just gonna give that an ID of friends. Where was it? Friends, where was the, oh, here it is. Yeah, I just get mixed up a little bit. All right, so I'm gonna say ID friends. Yeah, it's friends, so it should be plural because I did plural up there. So friends, so let that equal to friends, and then we're gonna say if, and this is how you detect whether a particular class exists in a JavaScript document element. You go friends button class list, and class list basically lists all the class attached to this element, and then contains checks if certain element is certain string is contained, and we're going to say large one, and let's go see if large one is there. So if you go here, I think go friends, yeah, large one is right here. So if we add that and if we contain that, this is going to be true. So if true, we're going to say up down is equal to up, because we want it getting bigger first of all, and you'll see the chain reaction in the if else statements, and we're going to build some if else statements within the if else statements for additional chain reactions. So so for this one, we're going to say up down up, and then friends button class list toggle, and then we're going to go large one, and this basically turns this this class off. That's what toggle does. Class list again lists all the classes that this element has, and toggle simply toggles this particular class on or off. So it removes it or adds it. If it's not there, it adds it, and if it is there, it removes it. And we want to remove this one so that we can't add another one. So we're gonna copy this line and we're gonna say large 2. So it's basically saying if this list element ID has a class of large 1, remove that large 1 and add large 2. That's basically what it's doing. All right. So if we refresh the page, this should work. So if we refresh, there you go. It just got bigger, and then it ended the sorry guys. I just get so obsessed with the money. Like, I hate the net worth going down, because like you have to love money to make more money. If you don't love money, you're never gonna make it. So I just hate my net worth going down. So I'm just gonna push it all the way up to $600 million, and that should be good for at least like half an hour, because that's the speed at which it's decreasing in our little program we created. So now that we made it little large, and I don't teach pure programming, I teach programming and business principles. So bear with me if you're not a big fan of business principles. There are many different tutorials that you can watch, but I would love it if you guys enjoy business principles as well, because I would love for you guys to make some more money and grow rich with me. That's my goal. I don't want to grow rich alone. I want to grow rich with people surrounding me. So we are going to then say else if, so another if statement, else if friends button class list contains, and this time large 2, oops, large 2, we're going to say friends button class list toggle large 2, and we are going to say because we have to see if the button is growing bigger or smaller. All right, so we're gonna check if the up down variable is up or down. So if up down variable is up, if up down is equal to up, we're gonna say friends button. And I said this is a lot of typing, so bear with me, guys. You'll learn really good. You'll be really good with basic introductory JavaScript after this tutorial. All right. Okay. So friends button class list toggle large 3. Else we want, if it's not up and it's down, we're not going to say down because we only have 2 options for this that we're going to make available. So we're just going to do else to type less. Then we're going to do friends button class list toggle large 1. And if we go back and refresh the page, it should now get big twice and stop. Okay, there you go. So now it grew big twice and stopped. All right, so now that we have that done, we want to go all the way up to 6 times. So let's check out what we have here. So we have, okay, I'm gonna count this time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it's like it grew bigger 5 times. That means it has 6 items because it grew bigger from 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It grew bigger 5 times, so there are 6 items available. So basically I have to repeat this process again and again. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually just copy and paste this else if statement. I'm going to copy and paste. So I'm going to copy and paste 1, 2, I think that's it. So we're going to do else if 3, else if 3, else if 4, else if 5, and one more time. Whoops. Else if 6. So I'm not going to type it out every single time. I'm just going to copy and paste it. So what we're going to do is large 2. So this one is large 3 if large 3 is available. So we're going to toggle large 3 and then 4 and 2. Try to catch up with me. So this is going to be so this next one is going to be toggle 4, bigger 5, smaller 3. Whoops, smaller 3. Next one is going to be toggle 5. So remove 5, bigger 6, smaller 4. And final one is going to be large 6. So we want to, so here we don't need this if else statement because we know it's going to be smaller. So we automatically go to toggle 6 and then toggle 5. So it goes smaller. And we have to change the up down. So what we do is we go up down is equal to down like this. All right. So if I go back here and refresh the page, so let's see if it goes up and goes back down smaller. All right, it goes back smaller down. All right. All right, so that continues the cycle. All right, so that's how you create the bigger and smaller functionality using various if-else statements and variables to include in your function so that your equation of animation works. So I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. Stay tuned for my next video. We're going to probably work on the business idea getting smaller and bigger, and the business idea is going to be slightly more complicated because we're going to have an if-else statement of whether it gets really big or stays small while it's getting smaller or bigger. Remember, if we have here, the business idea is getting bigger and smaller, but it's not growing that big. However, if we click the friends button a few times, it gets really big. See, it gets really big. So that's what we're going to create in our next tutorial. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys in my next video.